I'll start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. This is a little video that I seen on pretty much going into the bonkers that, some of these super rich, and the elites of this world that they have possession to, to run into these bunkers and stuff like that. Different bunkers. You'd be surprised how many different bunkers, man. I'm talking about $1 million bunkers that's all over the United States. And it goes into the nukes too. This video goes into the nukes. So I'm gonna let it play and bring out a couple scriptures on it, but it's pretty interesting. It shows you where the mind and the heart of the people that could afford these things is at. They're getting ready and they're preparing for something, because like the song say, they can feel it in the air. So I'm gonna let this play.
It was engineered to withstand a 10-kiloton nuclear warhead.
So not only are they planning on going into these bunkers, but they're planning on staying down there for a long periods of time. They plan on staying in these different bunkers for years. That's what they're planning on. So they know something really bad is going to happen. And even after the destruction is over, they know the world is going to be different. Which we know that means that we're going to be on top. And they plan on living in these bunkers and these dens and hiding from us.
When it comes to the apocalypse, nothing's quite as terrifying as nuclear war. So, when the nuclear apocalypse comes, are we going to get blasted back into the Stone Age? Or can we use our heads and survive the end of days with the help of technology?
They know it's coming.
Here in beautiful Colorado, one man is already thinking about the end of the world. Professor Brian Toon is an atmospheric scientist and an expert on nuclear winter. Brian, level with me. How likely is an all-out nuclear war, and should I be finding a bunker right now?
You never know for sure, because that's one of the real terrifying things here, is that one person in the United States and one person in Russia could decide all by themselves to have a nuclear conflict.
And that's why we always say Russia's going to take out this place, because they got majority of the nukes, America and Russia. And the scriptures talk about God and may God.
Nukes are there around the world? Who has them?
There are about 14,000 nuclear weapons in the world.
It's a lot more than that,
More than 1,000 of them are held by Britain, France, India, Pakistan, Israel, and China. Each of those countries has 200 or 300. Then Russia and the United States have 90% of the missiles.
90%.
So the lesson is everyone has nukes now. But what exactly happens when these bombs go off?
If you're knocking over concrete buildings, you're going to blow people to pieces. So there's a range of going out from distance in which you die from the blast wave tearing you to pieces, the radiation burning you up, the light wave burning you or catching you on fire.
What happens when day one, a week later, a year later, what are we looking at?
Well, when a nuclear weapon explodes, it sends out a burst of light. It's like bringing a piece of the sun, which is nuclear explosions happening, down to the earth. And that burst of light catches everything around it on fire. That
fire sends huge amounts of smoke into the stratosphere. But because it doesn't rain up there, it takes years for that smoke to clear, creating a nuclear winter.
Blocks sunlight from reaching the ground, which of course makes it cool off. It gets cold at the ground. And people expect that about 90% of the global population will die from starvation because there won't be anything to eat.
The more I thought about nuclear winter, the more terrified I became. I needed a plan to survive the nuclear apocalypse before the world went to hell. So
leave it there real quick. And this is Revelation chapter 6, verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair. Remember, they talked about the mushroom clouds and the clouds that go up into the high heavens and they block out the sun, and there's a nuclear winter underneath, right? And the moon became as blood, you know, a whole bunch of debris and stuff in the sky, man. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. So it's prophecy that this is going to happen, and there's nothing that's going to be able to stop it, and they know it. That's why they're saying, what happens when this what's life going to be like when this happens? Because they know it's coming. Verse 14, and the heavens departed as a scroll. What can make the heavens depart as a scroll? That big mushroom cloud they kept showing you, right? When it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. So that means just complete destruction, man. You could go into Revelation chapter 8. Maybe I'll go into it a little bit later, and it goes in more detail about the nukes. Let's let it play.
There you go when you want to get off the grid. Kansas. Here in the heartland of rural Kansas, one man is offering millionaire preppers a high-tech way to avoid the apocalypse. Welcome to the survival condo.
Millionaire
This
preppers.
former Cold War missile silo is now a luxury bunker built for the super rich.
Look at that shit.
Going off the grid no longer means giving up a lavish lifestyle. Think of it kind of like cribs in camo. From the outside, the security cameras, armored guard, and 8-ton steel doors are the only sign you're entering a top-secret facility. In fact, this place is so top secret, I can't even tell you where it is. I'm here to meet the man behind the condo, Larry Hall, who's going to give me a full tour.
You see how thick that door is, man?
So Claire, those doors that we just came in through weigh 8 tons each. So they're 16,000 pounds. They're armored steel filled with concrete. So you definitely hear that safety bang when the door closes.
Inside, this 54,000 square foot complex boasts everything you could need to live through the end of days.
And they got pools, different levels,
Okay, let's get down and show you what's underground.
theaters, a picture of Hitler.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
They got elevators.
We're going beneath Kansas.
Man,
Survival
look.
condo
Let me
is-
stop right there, man. A lot of these rich, they done already bugged out. They already in their bunker right now as we speak. And a lot of them got plans, you know. When see, the thing is when a lot of this pop off, they're gonna know before we know. They're gonna know that the button is about to be pushed before you know. They're gonna know weeks in advance, months in advance before you know. You ain't gonna get a warning. All you gonna do is wake up one day, sirens are gonna be going off, and they're gonna be talking about there's a nuclear weapon coming within 30 minutes. If they even give you that warning. You might not get no warning at all. You know, says, you know, they should be marrying and stuff like that, just like in the times of Noah. If people are out there getting married, just like in the times of Noah, that means they don't even get no warning. They're just going to be getting married, getting ready to say vows, and missiles are going to hit. But the rich, the super rich, the ones that got the inside scoop, like your Elon Musk, your Bill Gates, your Jeff Bezos, your Donald Trumps, they going to know way in advance, man. And they going to bug out and disappear into these bunkers way before you even get a warning. That's why they're getting them ready, because they know something's coming. You don't know yet. You still out here living everyday regular life, going to church on Sundays and thinking you got the truth and stuff like that, man. All hell about to break loose. And your pastors and your teachers aren't telling you because they don't know prophecy. So yeah, they're going to be in these things, man. They got elevators, they got theaters, they got gigantic swimming pools, doors that you can't get through, that could survive missile and nukes, allegedly. Food stored up, air conditioning, lights, electricity down there, generators, gourds. They got all that stuff, man.
Spread across 15 floors and goes 200 feet underground.
15
At
floors.
the top, under the dome, are the recreation facilities like the pet park and climbing wall. Underneath that are the mechanical level, medical bay, and food stores, with luxury living quarters spread across the next 7 floors. At the bottom, a further 4 floors house a classroom, a library, a bar, a gym, and a cinema.
Man, they got a cinema. They got a bar. They got a gym. This is in their bunker. People don't have this in regular day life.
All right, so I'll show you a full floor unit. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit, and they have 9-foot ceilings. You see we've got all these high-end stainless steel appliances.
And most importantly, even though I'm 11 stories underground, I've still got a window.
When these windows are all on, you come in and out of the units and you see the birds flying and the sunset coming up and the rain and the weather changing. That's the input your brain is used to. If you look in here, you can see that there's the bidet toilets, and we have a jacuzzi tub and a shower with the side jets.
What?
People. And if we put toilet square foot, pretty comfy. These are good mattresses. Are you kidding me?
Man, they got jacuzzi tubs, bro. Jacuzzi tubs, washer and dryers. People gotta go to the washer and dryers. People ain't even got washer and dryers in their house. So who is this for? It ain't for me. It ain't for me and you that's probably watching. Man, this is for the super rich, the super wealthy, man. The elite. They probably got stuff that make this look like an apartment. You think they spent all that money in something like this? And all this technology and all the building they had to do to not use it? They 100% plan on using these things because they know what a lot of people don't know. But what we do know through the scriptures. See, that's what faith is about. I don't have to know the intel and the details that they're getting and be in their conversations to know when they're gonna, start shooting off nukes and stuff like that, because I have faith in the scriptures. And the scriptures tell me. Faith take you a long way. So I know the same thing they know, but they had to get hard intel to know it. I know that same thing by just having faith in the scriptures. Let's keep going. Verse 15 back in Revelation chapter 6. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So what does that mean? So you got the kings of the earth, which who we were just talking about, the super rich, the wealthy, the elite. They're the kings of this earth, and they're the great men. And it says, in the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man. So this is talking about all the super rich and elite. They're going to have these dens. But even every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the den, in the rocks of the mountains. Because even you and me, if there's missiles and nukes coming, if you ain't been saved by the Lord, you going to try to hide yourself in your basement. You might jump in the tub, and you might, like I said, you might go in a basement. If you do got a little shelter, you might go in a shelter. Stuff like that. The same thing you do when a hurricane come or a tornado come. But these super rich and elites, they taking that to a whole nother level, man. They got bunkers, $1 million bunkers that they're going to get into, where they could still enjoy life living in these bunkers and not even worry about what's happening on the surface. But we gonna come for them, though. We gonna come for them. Verse 16, and it said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Why? Because it's gonna be all ordained by the Lord. That's gonna be the Lord wrath when those nukes go up. The Lord's gonna take control of those nukes when they go up in the sky, and they're gonna be the host of the Lord. Meaning it's going to be the army of the Lord, and he's going to make those nukes hit where he want them to hit, and they will not miss. Verse 17, for the great day of the wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Who should be able to stand, man? Nobody. So you better go run and you better go hide. But we going to come get them, man, out of these bunkers with spiritual power and bring them back. Isaiah chapter 14, and we're going to take them. And we're going to bring them back to the land for servants and handmaids. Isaiah 14. Look it up yourself, because I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.